going to Walt Disney World. And Universal. So I'm Kaylee and this is John.
Hi.
And this is our vlog. Well, should I say my channel?
Kaylee's vlog.
Yeah, just here for the ride. We are off to Universal on Saturday and then Disney for 8 nights, and this will be our first ever vlog. So as you can see, we have no clue what we're doing. So we've been to Disney, this will be our 3rd year in a row. We first went together in 2023. Is it 2023?
What, to Paris?
Yeah.
Not last year, the year before.
So we went to Paris 2 years ago. We weren't expecting to go to Disney, but we really liked it, didn't we? And
we regret going, because now it's expensive.
One little trip turned into a very expensive trip. So talked John into going to Orlando last year, but we booked it a year in advance and it was a really, really long wait. And I hadn't been since I was 10 when we went. I went with my nana and granddad. I did a packing video which will be going up after this and I'll go into that a bit more, but it was a bit of a sad holiday because it turns out we've got no photos or pictures of that holiday from when I was 11. Once in a lifetime trip with my nana and granddad, and we don't have any memories. So it was always my dream to go back. So we went back last year and we really liked it, didn't we?
Yeah, it was good. John
didn't know what to expect last year and he had no idea what was coming. I kept saying how good it was, but he didn't believe me until you walked under the Universal sign and tried to go on the rides for the first time and just loved it, didn't you? Apart from the heat and sweating 24/7.
You don't remember that bit afterwards?
I didn't remember being hot, to be honest. So we went last year with all the intentions that it was going to be a once in a lifetime trip, maybe go back in our elder age with the kids, and we went to Cyprus at the start of this year and it just wasn't Florida, was it? It just it wasn't Universal and it wasn't Disney, and we had a nice time and it was nice to chill out, but every time we went somewhere we were just like, this isn't Disney, and we just got a bit sad and ended up booking Disney again while we were there. So it is now 4 days until we fly.
Yes. Again
for the 3rd year in a row at Disney and 2nd year in a row in Orlando. So we thought we'd make a little video to introduce ourselves and go through our plan so that you kind of get an idea before we go of what we're going to be getting up to. And we're going for 16 nights, so 17 days in total, and we leave on Friday, but we are staying over at Airport Hotel Manchester the day before. So we set off on Friday afternoon for that and then stay over and fly at 11 on Saturday to Orlando. We flew with Virgin last year, which was really good. We booked it like our whole package with them, but then we kind of figured out it was a lot cheaper to do it ourselves, didn't we? Yeah. So we've booked nearly everything on attractiontickets.com. So that's like hotels, tickets, literally everything really. Halloween Horror Nights tickets, it's all everything except the flights. It's so much cheaper to do it like that than to book it all with like one, what are they called?
Package deal.
Travel agents. Because you just get loads of discounts and deals throughout the year. So we definitely recommend, if you're going to be booking a trip to Orlando, to book everything yourself. We've booked our flights with Skyscanner. So this year we're flying with Air Lingus, and we've heard good things, so I'm excited to kind of see what their flight's like. But it'll just be little us sat on a 2-seater this time, so I suppose you don't get loads of room, but then I suppose it's good to be sat.
You might get loads of room, haven't you?
Yeah, we might get loads of room. We'll have to see what it's like. But yeah, so we fly on Saturday at 11 o'clock with Air Lingus from Manchester Airport. So we'll fly at 11 o'clock our time and land at 8 o'clock UK time, which will be 3 o'clock Orlando time. So we do fly later in the day, but then we get loads of time when we get there because Orlando's 5 hours behind the UK, so we get loads of time and it just gives us a bit of time to get out and do a few bits. But we're doing it so much different this year to last year, because last year we stayed in Universal's Dockside, Mickey, Dockside Inn and Suites for the full 16 nights and travelled back and forth to Disney. So last year when we got there, your Universal tickets, I don't know if anyone knows this already, but when you book them, you get 14 days from the date you book. So for us to do 16 nights, if we went the first day and started our tickets on the first day, we would have lost the last 2 days. So last year we waited a day, didn't we, and went to Universal the first full day. So the first day we got there, we just kind of chilled out and went for some tea. But we're doing it totally different this year because we are staying at Universal for a week and then getting to move over to Disney for 8 nights afterwards.
And you can't go to Disney until you check in?
Oh yeah. You can't go into Disney until... Well, it's different though, because last year when we went, we got the Disney 14-day tickets, which you can use over 18 consecutive days. So it's not like Universal where you get the 14-day tickets and then you can only use them over them 14 days. With Disney, you can use it over 18 consecutive days. You can go for 14 days. But if you book a package with a hotel, stay in one of the resorts, you can't use your tickets until you check into your resort. So we found that out the hard way this year because we thought that we'd probably still be able to use our Disney tickets, but we can't. So we can't go into Disney until we move over to our Disney resort on the 30th.
But that was the whole point.
Yeah, so that was the whole point of this year.
Spend money on Ubers.
Yeah, last year we spent a lot on Ubers going back and forth. So we stayed on Dockside, which if anyone hasn't stayed at Endless Summer Resort before, which is one of the Universal resorts, it's at the top of International Drive. So it's not actually in like Universal like the other resorts are. It's across the road, like the big road. We've got a little Mickey with us and John keeps dropping him on the floor. Poor boy. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so Endless Summer is over the road from Universal on International Drive, just at the top. So it's quite handy really because we can get up and down International Drive and go to all the different places other than just going to Universal. But we spent a fortune on Ubers last year going back and forth to Disney and getting dropped off at all the different parks. So this year we were like, well, rather than paying the extra £500 on Ubers, we could just stay at Disney and use the free transportation and just monorail and bus and Skyliner around for a week. So we'll go through our plan. You got it on your phone. So we've got a plan. I find if you don't do a plan, you miss loads of stuff off. I think if you wing it, even though we've got 16 nights, which is a long time, if you wing it, you're still gonna miss things out because you need to do your research and kind of figure out what it is you want to prioritise and what you want to do. And last year I planned it out and you didn't get it at all. Why I was planning it out, it was I can't believe you're making a massive itinerary.
I just thought she was obsessed.
You thought I was obsessed watching TikToks and Instagram reels and everything of Disney, trying to figure out what days we were going to do which. I was using crowd calendars and you just didn't get it. And then I think it was like over halfway through the holiday, he literally looked at me one day and went, I'm so glad you planned this out because we wouldn't have had a clue where we were going or what we were doing if you hadn't made the big plan. So you've added to the plan this year, haven't you?
Oh, not much.
Kind of. So this year we've done a big plan again and tried to, obviously we were there last year, so we know now what we didn't like and what we did like and what we want to do again and what we want to prioritise and stuff like that. So we've done it again this year. We've made an itinerary and I have been on all the crowd calendars, and obviously you've got Epic Universe this year, so there's not much research out about that, so we're just going to probably have to wing Epic Universe. But in terms of Disney and things, I think we know kind of the crack now, don't we? So, would you like to say travel day?
Travel day.
So we'll fly at 11, we've said this, and we land at 3:15 American time. And then we're just going to go out for tea and stuff and then go watch There's a big show on at Hogwarts, it's called Hogwarts Always, because we haven't done that yet. We missed that last year by like a week, because once the Halloween Horror Nights start, they don't do Hogwarts Always, which is where they do like the light show above the castle. I'm really excited to watch that. Okay. God's sake. Yeah, so that weekend is just going to be literally going to... What are you doing? Going to Islands of Adventure and just having a look around Universal again for the first time. And on the Sunday we're going to do a little Walmart trip, which we're excited about. You don't look very excited right now. We're going to go to Walmart on the Sunday, and what we do is just get loads of bits for the room and put them in the room, and like breakfast bits and snacks and bottles of water. And you're going to get monsters this year, aren't you?
I actually like $5 in the parks.
Very expensive in the parks.
It'd be cheaper.
Where was it? It was really expensive last year. I think we went to SeaWorld last year, and that was really expensive, wasn't it? And you were tired that day and you wanted a monster in the parks. But yeah, so I'm going to buy quite a few bits this time, be watching some vlogs and seeing some more recommendations for like snacks and bits out of Walmart. So we like a Walmart trip. So we'll be doing that on the Sunday this year, which is the next day. We're excited to go to IHOP for breakfast, aren't we?
Yeah,
we
IHOP's good.
Love IHOP. We tried Denny's last year as well, and that was just, no offence, but it just wasn't nice. I don't think I rated
alright,
that.
it just wasn't as good.
No, it wasn't as good as IHOP. IHOP's just amazing, like, and the prices as well. And the fact that if you've never stayed in Dockside before, you literally walk out of the hotel, up round the corner, and then IHOP's there. I mean, Denny's is $2 down as well, but definitely recommend IHOP.
2 blocks down.
2 blocks down. Yeah, 2 blocks. Get the American twang in. And then after that, it's literally just going to be a week of going to Universal, and then midweek we're going to try and do Epic. So we bought for the attraction tickets the 14-day 3-park Explorer ticket with the 1-day Epic, so we can use that any day we want. And as far as I'm aware at the moment, I think the midweek's probably best, so we're going to go maybe, I think we've wrote the Tuesday or the Wednesday for Epic, and then see what it's like, and if we feel like we can't get everything done, we might book another day while we're there.
Very, very maybe.
Yeah, very big maybe, because it is like obviously an extra $100 each on top of what we've already paid to go. So we're hoping that we can use our early entry and go to Epic and just try and get everything done. There's a few rides that we're aware of that we don't want to ride anyway, so I think if we avoid them and just do the big ones, we might be alright. But yeah, so if we don't do that, then we're just going to have another day of chilling and another day at Universal. And then on the Friday, we're going to have a day out. We're not sure, have we even decided? I don't think we've decided what we're doing yet. If anyone's got any recommendations of...
We'll be back by the time this is posted.
No, we won't.
No.
Posting it later.
Listen away.
Shows how much you know about the vlogs. Yeah, so if anyone's got any recommendations of things to do that aren't Universal or Disney, then let us know. We were going to go to Gator Golf, weren't we, on International Drive? Because I went when I was like 11, and they had like real life gators down in the little like ravine thing underneath the bridge, and you want to see the crocodiles, don't you, or the gators, so I thought we could maybe do that and have a little look up and
But
down.
that's only going to fit an hour in.
Yeah, so we were going to go on one of those boats and see the alligators, but I don't know if we get eaten halfway through the holiday. No, I think
It'll be the end of holiday.
Yeah, no. I don't know. If anyone's got any recommendations, then we'd like to know. But yes, that'll be our last full day at Dockside. And then on the Saturday, so a week in, we will be moving over to Disney's All-Star Music Resort, which will be our first ever time staying on property. We walked around loads of resorts last year and just absolutely loved, like, the vibe is totally different, and the fact that you can just get a free bus wherever you need to the resorts, and I know some resorts have the Skyliner and the monorail and things like that. And then, yeah, we're just gonna see what it's like being in the Disney bubble, because last year we'd finish a park day, so you'd have a hefty like 12-hour park day, and then you'd have to get the monorail from Magic Kingdom back to the Ticket and Transportation Centre, and then get there to the Uber taxi bit, and then wait for your Uber, which sometimes would take forever to order one, and you'd be in the queue of people, and then you'd have to get in the Uber, you'd be shattered, and then it'd be like 20 minutes back down the, is it the I4 or I-something that you drive back down to get to Universal, to International Drive, and then we'd have to get back into the hotel and walk back to the room, and I think it was just, we were knackered by that point, so it'd be nice to be able to hop on the bus and go straight back to the resort and go to bed. And then get up, and when you're up you're already in Disney and you don't have to think about going for breakfast and booking an Uber again and all of that, and paying for the Ubers and stuff like that. So I think we're just excited to actually live in the Disney bubble, get a Disney refillable mug and just enjoy that. So yeah, we move over on that day. We're just gonna go, I think, to Animal Kingdom that day, because it's All-Star Resorts are like right in the Animal Kingdom area. So if we move over there, go to Animal Kingdom, come back to the hotel, get showered, changed, and then we're gonna go to Celebration, which is it's like a town next to Disney.
The old town.
Yeah, the old town. I don't know if Celebration and the old town are the same thing.
But you wrote the old town down.
Oh, maybe it is then. It's a town that apparently Disney built years ago. It's local and they always have markets on and things like that. And on the last Saturday of every month they do a car show. So I thought it'd be nice to just go and do something that isn't the parks and that's another part of Orlando that we haven't seen. And we can just go, and there's like live music and other stuff on. So the car show's 1 till 9 and then the live music's from 7 p.m. and I thought we could maybe get something to eat, and I just think it'd be a bit different for a change. And just chill that day before we hop into our full park days. I suppose it would be nice this time though, because if we get tired halfway through the day we can go back to the hotel and have a shower and sit down and go back out.
Yeah.
And we can go into the parks whenever we want. So if there's a night show we want to go see, we can actually just hop on the bus and go see the night show and enjoy ourselves.
Not like last year, once you were there you had to stay there because you would pay for an Uber.
Yeah, once you were in the park, if you were tired you just had to deal with it. I think I've heard horror stories of people like napping on benches and sitting down on the floor and having naps because they're that tired, but I think we got through it last year, didn't we? But my feet were sore. A lot of the time I suppose having the park hopper's handy, because if we were sick of one park after a while, if it was like Magic Kingdom's always busy no matter what, so we would just hop on the monorail and go to Epcot, didn't we, and move parks. But this time we can literally go back to the room and just like get shade and have a shower, and I think that's going to be so different. But anyways, we also this year, we never experienced any Disney water parks last year. We went to Volcano Bay at Universal, which was really good, but we didn't really, like, people say it's amazing, the best water park ever, and I did think it was good, and we didn't go on, we tried going on the body slides and I thought they just hurt my back. And then the floor is quite rough when you're walking around, so we got sore feet and I think we just got a bit sick. So I think this year we're looking forward to trying the Disney water parks instead, because they're supposed to be amazing. So we're right next to Typhoon Lagoon as well, so we're gonna literally the next day, like first full day.
You said we're going to Blizzard Beach.
We are. Oh, it's Blizzard Beach. Oh, we are going to Blizzard Beach. I got that back to front. So going to Blizzard Beach the first day. Yeah, definitely sat checking I'm playing this right. So we're going to Blizzard Beach, and then we're gonna go back to the hotel, have a shower and change, and then go and watch the Magic Kingdom fireworks in the evening. So first park day will literally be Blizzard Beach and Magic Kingdom. We'll probably go a bit early in the fireworks, ride some rides, and then go to the fireworks, but make sure that we're an hour.
We're going to get some popcorn and to create your own one.
Yeah, we've not done that yet in the bakery on Main Street. We've not, in the confectionery station, we haven't made our own popcorn, so we're going to go make a bowl of popcorn and go wait for the fireworks, but we missed the fireworks last year, didn't we?
That's broke down on Tiana's and then missed them.
Yeah, and I cried.
I was going to say that bit.
We were supposed to be watching the fireworks, and it was a virtual queue for Tiana's when we were there last year, and when we were on the on Tiana's it broke down and we were stuck for a long time and we weren't even at the drop yet, and I kept saying it's getting closer and closer, we're not going to make it, and then the ride started moving again and I was like, oh, we might make it now, like I think we might get it, like. And then so we did the drop, the fireworks still hadn't started, so we were like, oh, we're going to make it, and then it stopped again. I think it was waiting for everyone to get off, and I was just absolutely gutted. You could hear the booms, because Tiana's obviously at the back of the castle, so it was so loud, and I just started crying because we were supposed to have this really magical day. It was a full Magic Kingdom day. We'd already had to leave halfway through and go to Epcot because it was obviously Mickey's Not So Scary, so when the fireworks are on it's so busy.
Mickey's Not So Scary.
It wasn't Mickey's Not So Scary. So on the days that the fireworks are on, it was packed, so we were like, oh my god, we need to leave. So we went to Epcot and thought, oh, we'll go back for the fireworks, now a virtual queue for Tiana's, and yeah, it just wasn't the day that I thought it was going to be, and I just got a bit upset when we were leaving the park, but it is what it is, and we managed to get to see it a different day, so we We're going to make sure that we're ready an hour before the fireworks this time.
I stood there with our popcorn at 8:15.
Yeah, we probably won't sit there, we'll have a little wander around, but I think I'm definitely not going to go on any rides an hour before the fireworks this time anyways. But it'd be nice to get the fireworks at the very start of like the Disney side, because then once we've got the fireworks out the way, if anyone doesn't know, the nights that the Mickey's Not So Scary are on, if you go to the parks during the day, it's really quiet. And then obviously the other nights that the fireworks are on, we're going to go back on the night while everyone's watching the fireworks and go on the rides. So we're going to really cheat the system, aren't we?
Try and do it good this time.
Yeah, do it good this time. But yeah, then we've just literally got a couple of days of Hollywood Studios, Epcot, go watch the Epcot show in the night. I think that was our favourite last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was better than the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, Happily Ever After is good and it'll always have a place in my heart, but I think the Epcot show was really good. It was emotional as well, and I thought it was just really good. And the fact that there's so much places to stand, because you can literally just pick a country and watch it from the side, and yeah, it was nice. Then we are doing Typhoon Lagoon. So we're going to try and do both water parks, because we're obviously going to have pool days, but I think it'd be nice to go to the water parks in the morning just for a couple of hours and get it out your system, and then just go back when you stood in your like costume and go sit by the pool at the All-Star Music and see what the pool's like. So we're going to do that. And then we've got a few reservations, which will be nice, because we only made one last year, I think. We went to House of Blues last year at Disney Springs, which was really nice. The food is a lot in there. Like if I would maybe order off the kids menu.
I wouldn't say that.
I would.
Chicken pasta and got prawns on top of it to make it an extra meal.
Yeah, but even without the prawns, there was literally a full bowl bigger than my head, just filled with pasta. And it was enough to feed a small village, I think. But I think this year we want to try more places, so we've booked a few different places this year. So on the day that we're doing the Typhoon Lagoon on Tuesday the 2nd, we're gonna have a pool day, chill. Stop it. Pool day, chill, and then go over to Disney Springs again.
Oh.
And we've booked Homecoming, which I've heard. I actually remember seeing a few TikToks about that. Apparently it's really nice.
Probably good search for me.
So we're gonna go try Homecoming. So we've got that night. It'd be nice to have a little walk around Disney Springs and
get back for an early night.
Yeah, there's entertainment and things on the night time at Disney Springs as well sometimes. So it'd be nice to like kind of have a little wander in the shops and stuff, because we thought we weren't going to squeeze that in this year, but that's why I think we've booked the Homecoming so we could go to Disney Springs for an evening. So it'd be nice. And then on Wednesday, we're really sad. Well, I was really sad. You're not bothered really about the Universal anymore, are you? But I didn't want to just have a week at Universal and go to Disney and just forget Universal, because it's like one of my favourites, because I went when I was a kid and Harry Potter's like one of my favourite films and stuff, favourite books, and so I was like, we need to go back. So we wanted to do Halloween Horror Nights again this year, so we've booked the Halloween Horror Nights for halfway through our Disney trip, so that we can get our Universal fixing again.
And it was like the only dates that lined
Yeah, it was, to be fair. Like the only dates that were like where it started and it looked good, because we don't want to be there on the day it opens because it's just going to be so busy.
Probably sold out now.
So we're gonna go on the 3rd, on the Wednesday. So we're just gonna have like a lie-in, chill out in the morning, and then get an Uber back over to iDrive. Gonna go for an IHOP dinner. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
IHOP for dinner. John likes IHOP.
Big fat French toast.
Yeah, like a late breakfast, and then we're gonna walk back to Dockside because you don't need to actually stay at Dockside to get on the bus. So I've heard in all of the groups on like Facebook and stuff, you can literally just walk to the bus stop and hop on the bus. They don't check if you're staying in a room or anything like that. So we're gonna walk round, go back onto the just into the front of Dockside, hop on the bus, and then get the free bus over to Universal. And then we're gonna ride some rides, have a look about, and then do Stay and Scream for Halloween Horror Nights, which I recommend because we did that last year. And I feel like we probably wouldn't have got as much done as quick as we did if we didn't do that. Basically, before the night opens to the public, if you've already got a Universal ticket, when you're in the park, they have like Stay and Scream sections with like them fences, and you can literally go wait in a section for the house that you want. You have to pick the house first, and then once this comes to a certain time at night, I can't remember what time it is, but they start letting you all queue for the house before the guests, like public, have even been let into the park for Halloween Horror Nights. So yeah, we ended up on like 2 houses before people had even started queuing last time, I think.
Yeah.
Which was good, because we did, was it Insidious or something last year? I think it was Insidious.
Not that this year.
No. Conjuring last year, maybe one or the other. And there was like Ghostbusters and stuff like that last year, so we did all those. I think we only ended up doing like 6 houses though out of the 10 because we were just so tired. But because it's our like last proper Universal, bless you, because it's our last Universal day, I think we're going to try and stick it out, aren't we, a bit later this year. I think we left at like midnight last time.
It shoots at like 2 o'clock, so...
Yeah, we're going to try and stay and do more houses and the rides and stuff. I can't even really remember doing any rides when we were there last year. We won't be doing a Rip Ride Rocket because it's closed down.
I'm good.
Yeah, you don't like that one, do you? It's too rickety. It was good when I was younger. It's just closed down today, actually. I think you can do the Mummy, you can do Gringotts, and the Death Eaters walk around as well. That was good last year, wasn't it? They were like wafting their wands in my face. That was good. But yeah, we're going to try and stick that out. So then we'll just get an Uber back over to Disney, which will be different because like we didn't do it last year. We could just go back to Universal, but this year we're going to have to Uber back to Disney, so it's going to be so different. But yeah, so we're going to do that, and then next day we're just going to have a big fat lie-in and just chill. And then we're going to get up and we're going to go to Animal Kingdom and resort hop round Animal Kingdom Lodge because we didn't get to see that last year. So we've never been to Animal Kingdom Lodge, so we'll do that. And then, as we said earlier, go to Magic Kingdom, ride the rides while the fireworks are on, and do a few while everyone's in the hub and we get to skip all the queues and go on all the rides. I think that'll be cool. I think we walked onto Haunted Mansion last time we did that because it was after Tiana's. Yeah, so we were like, oh, we'll just do rides instead. But yeah, so we're going to do that, and then...
You want to storm off and go home? I said no.
Yeah, thank God. Oh, no tears this year. You just expect to have a really magical day, and then your day kind of gets smushed, and then you're just sad. But I was happy I was still in Disney. I think it was just I was having a moment. I was just a bit emotional. But yeah, so then we're going to do Magic Kingdom and Epcot again the next day, and we're definitely going to use the early entry because we didn't get early entry last time because obviously we weren't staying on property, so we need to use that this year. Yeah. So we're going to get up, rope drop and use early entry so that we can ride the rides like 2-3 times if we can. But then we also really want to go to Boardwalk on a night time. So we're going to go to Boardwalk in the evening on Friday the 5th and have like a cute night, like date night on Boardwalk. We've booked the Italian, which is called... Oh God, I can't remember what it's called.
So just
I know, I wrote Italian. I'll probably post it somewhere, so maybe the caption leaf for what it's called, because I can't remember what it's called. But That's booked at 6:20. So apparently I didn't know this until I was looking the other day, but Boardwalk's obviously all lit up on a night time, which was nice, and we want to go see that. But we do like street performers and live acts and stuff, like magicians and all that in the evening. And then at 8:00 they pull like a big movie screen down and have an outdoor cinema, so you can sit and watch a film. So we've said we'll see how many kids are sat there, because we don't want to be the only adults sat with loads of little kids watching. I mean, it doesn't really matter though, does it? You've got Disney, like, it's not really gonna make a difference. But
Do you want to stand out?
I don't think I'd want to sit there for 2 hours. I'd get a sore bum.
Never know what's like.
Yeah, we'll see what film's on, because we don't know what movie's on yet, so we'll see what there is. But it'd be cute just for a little bit, just to chill and take it all in and stuff, and then we can get back and have an early night, because we're probably going to be tired still from the last few days of like constant park days. So that's why our last Saturday we're gonna nip out of Disney, go to the outlets, because we did that last year as well. We tried the outlets at the top of iDrive, which weren't very good, were they? Vineland, I think them ones were. I just didn't think there was much in them, not like the big ones, like premium ones that are at the bottom next to like Kissimmee. So we'll probably just pop out, it's right over the road. Pop out, go to the outlets for a bit, and then we're going to go to Hollywood Studios when we get back, because I think we'll have only done it once on the trip so far. And then we're going to, on the evening, go and watch the fireworks on the Polynesian beach. Because we went to the Poly last time for a little trip, like just hopped on the monorail one night. We're like, oh, we'll go look at the resort, and we literally went and looked at the Poly, and we just fell in love with it. And the sitting on the beach, but the fireworks weren't on that night, it was just the sunset. But we didn't know at that point that you could watch the fireworks with they have the music playing in the speakers, and you can literally see Magic Kingdom right in front of you. And I just think it would be so nice just to sit and watch the sunset.
A few benches on the beach.
Yeah, there's a few benches, and I think it would be really nice. And even if you can't get a bench, we said we'd take like a towel and sit down. So we're gonna do that, because then the next morning we're getting up, we're getting our bags, and we're actually moving to the Poly, and we're gonna go stay at the Poly for our last night. We booked it through the DVC, just renting some points. It was just off a lady in a group online. I just literally put it in saying that we wanted to stay at the Poly just for one night at this date, because we weren't going to stay that night. Well, we extended the trip before we booked the flights. We were only going to do 15 nights, and then you noticed, didn't you, that the flights were cheaper if we went for an extra night. So we ended up doing an extra night, but we hadn't booked the extra night with attraction tickets in the All-Star Resort. So we were like, oh, we've got nowhere to stay. And then that's when we were like, oh, should we look at the DVC points? And it's only came to like £200 and something for both of us for one night in the deluxe resort. So I think
I don't think it was that much.
No, I think it was really, really good. But yeah, so we're having a night at the Poly, which is like a dream come true. I'm really excited, because we were there last year, and I was like sat on the beach, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna cry.
What now?
Yeah.
No.
Oh. Just excited. But that'd be nice. God, I need to compose as well.
You can sit on a little bench and have your feet shown.
But yeah, we were sat on the bench last time, and I was like, imagine getting to stay here, and then we're getting to stay there. So yeah. And then we come home the next day, which is sad. But I think it'll have been a really good holiday by that point. And we've booked breakfast at the Poly at, is it Corner's Cafe the next morning? So that'll be really good. So that'll finish off the day, and then we're going to pick a park.
Start of the day.
Yeah, the start of the day, because we're still going to be there till like 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we're going to get up, and we're going to go to the
Magic Kingdom.
Well, I don't know, because we've said maybe Magic Kingdom, but I feel like if we've done Magic Kingdom a lot, we might want to go to a different park.
We'll see how we feel and what we feel.
Yeah, I think we'll pick one last park. I mean, we said we were going to do this last holiday, but then we ended up just spending the day by the pool because we were so tired. But yeah, the day that we moved to the Poly, the day before that, we're going to sit by the pool and stuff that day and have like a resort day. Maybe go to a park in the evening, like on the night time, because it's only like you can literally hop on the monorail. And go to Magic Kingdom. But yeah, so the next day we might not need to go to Magic Kingdom, so we're just gonna decide and see what happens. But yeah, so I think that's the full plan, full 16 nights. So
17 including the night in the hotel.
Yeah, So we'll actually get to say that we leave on Friday.
Yes.
So if you've stuck through the plan this long, then
Thank you.
you've enjoyed it. Our little plan. So we actually got asked some questions as well. We did a little Q&A online. I thought it'd be cute because if there's I love watching vlogs and getting loads of tips and tricks off people and seeing people do Q&As and find out what they do when they're at the parks, because it's totally different to what we do. Like, everyone has a different plan. So I thought, well, if anyone wants to ask us a question, no one's asked anything specific about what we do and who we are. They've asked things like our favourite rides and stuff. So these are the questions that we got asked. So, what is your favourite ride at each Disney park? So we were talking about it yesterday, weren't we? And we said that, well, so Magic Kingdom was it Tron? Epcot, Guardians.
Yeah.
We only got to ride Guardians once last year. I don't know why. It was virtual queue, so I think we saved it one day, didn't we? Managed to get the virtual queue and
We
then...
never went there in the morning.
Yeah, because Epcot for us last year was like a bit of a... We went in the middle of the day all the time, didn't we?
It was always booked.
Yeah, we always went like last minute. Like, we'd go to Magic Kingdom, it'd be busy, and then we were like, oh, let's go to Epcot.
There was no virtual queue this year, so...
Yeah, we could just wait in the queue, so I'm excited to go on that again. I can't remember what song we got.
Don't know.
And then Animal Kingdom, yours is Flight of Passage, isn't
Yeah.
it? I think... Yeah, I can't really think of... I had a different one in my head the other day and I can't think. Probably
So-
Flight of Passage. It doesn't do it as much for me because I've got weird eyes and I've got something wrong with the muscles in my eyes, so it's hard for me to focus on the like
Lazy.
4D. Yeah, I've got lazy eyes. But yeah, I think it was amazing, to be honest. And then Hollywood Studios, yours is... What was yours? You didn't really have one, did you?
Don't really have one. I don't think one of them stood out from the rest.
I like Rise of the Resistance, but you're not. You watched Star Wars with me just before we went, but he's not the biggest Star Wars fan, so I don't think it did amaze you as much.
No, like getting on and the walkthrough and all that's cool, but once you're on it, it's not as good as.
I think it is. I think you just can't really remember because the feeling's just amazing. Like, I think it got ruined for us last year because we waited in the queue and we were so excited. We've been waiting for ages, like over an hour. Like, people kept walking out the queue, we were waiting that long, and then we ended up getting like through, obviously, into the like off the ride where you get caught by the enemy, and obviously you're in the starship, and we were like gobsmacked by this giant room. And then as we got into the next section, they were like, we're really sorry, but you're gonna have to get off, and gave us a lightning lane pass. And we were like, oh, for God's sake. I think it just spoiled it a little bit, like the whole experience, didn't it? But like, that can't be helped, it wasn't their fault, really. But yeah, probably it would have been Tower of Terror, but you didn't.
The Paris one is
Paris
better.
is better because I think the drop's more intense because it doesn't move around first. But yeah, probably, yeah. Slinky Dog was good, but it was a bit
Short.
a little bit short. But yeah, so that's probably each park. I think I said all the parks, didn't I? Top 5 things to do on non-park days. It's a hard one for us because we haven't really done much.
We didn't really do much other than eat.
Yeah, we didn't really go anywhere last year other than the parks. And when I was younger, I never really went anywhere other than the parks either. But I would probably say one's pool day because you need to like enjoy your resort. Another would be probably, I did have it in my head. Like, go to the outlets and things like that. Go shopping. We like doing that.
Go to the big McDonald's.
Yeah, we went to the world's largest McDonald's. That was quite cool. So if you haven't done that on International Drive, you should do that. We did that one day, and we didn't properly look on iDrive last year. I think we definitely need to do that this year. Have a little walk up and down, when we're like out and about. And then I don't know if it's classed as a park, but we like Disney Springs, and that's not a park really. It's like a shopping centre. So yes, Disney Springs is really good to do. But yeah, we don't really have anything else really for non-park days other than sit by the pool and rest your feet because we just go too for fun. So adding on to what our favourite ride in each park is, someone asked, what is your most recommended Disney ride? And when I asked you this yesterday, you literally said Flight of Passage straight away because you love that. I honestly don't know, but mine is Oh, I would add on to the non-park days, to be fair, it's classed as, I was going to say go to SeaWorld or something, but it's a park really, isn't it? Yeah, there is other parks. You could go to NASA, you could go to SeaWorld, you could go to Discovery Cove. Discovery Cove was amazing. I don't think I would do it again. Maybe with kids.
Yeah, Discovery Cove was good.
Discovery Cove, like getting to swim with the fish and the stingrays was like, I don't think
seeing all the birds.
Yeah, and the birds, you get to hold the birds on your arms and stuff, so I definitely recommend that. I don't know if it's classed as a park, but you get like food included all day and stuff, so that was good. Recommended Disney ride, I don't know, I like them all.
Just like the same question you just said.
I know, we haven't answered that one though. You said Flight of Passage, but that's not my most recommended.
Oh.
I honestly don't know. I think Guardians was just top tier, but we've only done it once, so I'm excited to do it again. Yeah. I also did really like Tron. I'm not a fan of the thing on your back, but I did like that. That was good. Just every ride really. What restaurants do you have planned / recommend? So we've already told you in our plan what we're planning. So we've got the Homecoming, the Italian, and what was the third one?
The breakfast.
Oh, and Corner Cafe. But restaurants that we recommend, we haven't really been to any. House of Blues was really nice, so if you are stuck for one, you could just go there, I suppose. But we didn't really go to many. Like, we went to obviously the quick serve restaurants in the park, which were all amazing. So there's not really any that I like specifically recommend. So I just recommend you go on the app, look at the food. There's pictures sometimes. Go on TikTok, look for recommendations. That's what we've done, and like we've created a list of all the stuff we want to try this year, and I think that's probably the biggest bit of like information that I can give. And then the last one was, do you have any tips for Halloween Horror Nights? So obviously already said earlier that like all our tips and tricks, definitely do stay in Scream. Definitely go into Diagon Alley because all the Death Eaters are out, so you don't really want to miss that. Like the walk around, wave the ones in your face, like it's really good. Try and do all of the like the areas, what are they called again? The areas with the fog and stuff. Like scary areas, and they're all
scare zones.
Scare zones. Try and do all the scare zones. Like just walk around. You don't even need to go on the rides or in the houses. I think it's just good in general just to walk around. There's people dressed up.
This is a thing.
We're eating at Trattoria Al Forno. Yeah.
I didn't want to say it.
Yes, that's the Italian that we're eating at on Boardwalk that night. But yeah, in terms of Horror Nights, I would just say, literally, yeah, get there on time.
Get to run to get through the thing because someone take too long to get ready.
Yeah, we decided last year we would go into the parks, go back to the hotel, get freshened up and changed and go back, and I think I took too long. And by the time we got on the bus, and it was busier on the buses because people were like obviously going to Horror Nights, we literally had like 3 minutes to spare once we got onto Universal's, think 33-degree heat, and we were running from literally the entrance to Universal for Stay and Scream, because once it gets past a certain point they stop letting you in for Stay and Scream, you would have had to queue outside. So we literally pegged it from one end of Universal to the other, and I was sweating, but we made it. But we won't have to do that this year because we can't go back to the hotel, we'll be literally in there. But
and we'll be on time.
Yeah, definitely. I recommend being in the park, staying for Stay and Scream, and then getting on as many. I would say thingy your houses, like prioritise the houses. So they're on Facebook of which ones you can do at the minute, like all the houses being announced. So I would like prioritise your tops first, and then do the ones that you're not so bothered about after. Because if you get tired by like midnight, like we did, we only did 6 houses and then we left because we were just so tired. So I would definitely recommend prioritising your main ones first. I also would say look into the backstory as well, because Horror Night is actually, there's a backstory. I think there's a podcast or something, and there's a story someone's made up of the whole thing. Like it's like some circus guy or something, and there's like a ghost story behind the full thing. But you didn't know that?
No, I'm not going to look into it either.
There's like it's kind of cool because some of the houses I'm like, what are they? But they're actually, there's backstories to all of them, so you can look them up. And definitely don't miss the entertainment, the circus.
The circus is really good.
They're called Fear something. They were amazing last year. Like we didn't expect it to be that good. We were sat waiting for it to come on. You're not allowed to record or anything when you're in there. It's literally the best, I think probably the best circus that I've ever seen in my life, like unreal. And it's the same people doing it this year, just a different theme, and I've seen a lot of people complain about it, but I'm excited to see them again. I think we both are, and you get to have a seat at that point and sit in the theatre and watch it from there. But yeah, I think that's it.
Like and subscribe.
You're supposed to say bye.
Bye.
But yeah, dude, if you wanted to see all of our vlogs that we're gonna do first ever time, hopefully we'll be alright, won't we? We're scared that we don't want it to take away from the holidays, so we're not gonna vlog consistently, but we will vlog the main bits, and we just can't wait. I can't wait to watch it back, like afterwards. I think I actually am excited to come home in a little way to vlog, to edit it all, and then get to sit down with our family and watch it. I think they'll all love it. It'll be so good. But yeah, so fly on Saturday, 16 nights, come back on the 9th of September, and then the vlogs will start rolling out.
One a week.
Yeah, one a week.
Every Monday, 8 o'clock.
Why Monday?
I don't know.
It won't be Monday. I don't know what day it'll be yet, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, thanks for watching if you've watched all the way through. Poor John's had his first ever video to do. But
First
yeah,
and last.
you did well. Well done. Not your last, because you're about to vlog your full trip.
Bye.
Anyways, goodbye. Thanks for watching.